Whenever people agree with me, I always feel I must be wrong. No good deed goes unpunished. Morality is simply the attitude we adopt towards the people we personally dislike. Some things are more precious because they don't last long. Education is an admirable thing, but it is well to remember from time to time that nothing that is worth knowing can be taught. The only way to get rid of temptation is to yield to it. To live is the rarest thing in the world. Most people exist, that is all. Behind every exquisite thing that existed, there was something tragic. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. Children begin by loving their parents. As they grow older, they judge them. Sometimes they forgive them. Crying is for the plain women. Pretty women go shopping. When one is in love, one always begins by deceiving oneself, and one always ends by deceiving others. That is what the world calls a romance. Anybody can sympathize with the sufferings of a friend, but it requires a very fine nature to sympathize with a friend's success. Always forgive your enemies. Nothing annoys them so much. I am so clever that sometimes I don't understand a single word of what I am saying. The books that the world calls immoral are the books that show the world its own shame. The truth is rarely pure and never simple. You can never be overdressed or overeducated. Most people are other people. Their thoughts are someone else's opinions. Their lives a mimicry. Their passions a quotation. A good friend will always stab you in the front. You will always be fond of me. I represent to you all the sins that you never had courage to commit. We all are in gutter, but some of us are looking at the stars. Be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. If one cannot enjoy reading a book over and over again, there is no use in reading it at all. It is what you read when you don't have to that determines what will you be when you can't help it. Anyone who lives within their means suffers from a lack of imagination. Every saint has a past, and every sinner has a future. A thing is not necessarily true because a man dies for it. Man is least himself when he talks in his own person. Give him a mask, and he will tell you the truth. I never travel without my diary. One should always have something sensational to read in the train. With freedom, flowers, books, and the moon, who could not be perfectly happy? Some cause happiness wherever they go, others whenever they go. I don't want to be at the mercy of my emotions. I want to use them, to enjoy them, and to dominate them. Passion is a form of ugliness so intolerable that we have to alter it every 6 months. The answers are all out there. We just need to ask the right questions. Arguments are to be avoided. They are always vulgar and often convincing. A little sincerity is a dangerous thing, and a great deal of it is absolutely fatal. To love oneself is the beginning of a lifelong romance. A man cannot be too careful in the choice of his enemies. Experience is the name everyone gives to their mistakes. Those who are faithless know the pleasures of love. It is the faithful who know love's tragedies. To do nothing at all is the most difficult thing in the world, the most difficult and the most intellectual. Men marry because they are tired. Women marry because they are curious. Both are disappointed. He was always late on principle. His principle being that punctuality is the thief of time. The English country gentleman galloping after a fox, the unspeakable in full pursuit of the uneatable. As long as war is regarded as wicked, it will always have its fascination. When it is looked upon as vulgar, it will cease to be popular. Man is a rational animal who always loses his temper when he is called upon to act in accordance with the dictates of reason.